Scrubs.
You mean those clothes they wear when they walk around and spread disease everywhere?
I don't even want to. I just get so angry, man. And I have a lot of my relatives are in the medical professions, and they all argue with me on this. I'm like the only one who thinks this, probably. But I was vindicated because an article came out from the University of Duke Medical School, whatever, where they tested how germs and bacteria spread.
Yeah.
And although none of the ones that they tested contaminated the patients from wearing scrubs, but they themselves were contaminated from the patients and the rooms. So breaking this down, these medical professional people that were wearing scrubs in hospitals or wherever were picking up disease and bacteria from the rooms and from the patients and then taking them with them. Because don't you have to swear to an oath?
Yeah.
Your job is to like cure and help people, not to spread disease and make it worse. All right, let me back up. So I don't know if it's a fear or a phobia or what it is, but when I see a person wearing scrubs in a restaurant or a grocery store, I don't like that at all.
No.
I want to scream at them, but I don't know. I have a Lebanese last name. It's probably not a good idea. But it's wrong, man. I think it's wrong. They will disagree, but it is wrong. And let me tell the story because, look, they come from wherever they are.
Yeah.
Wearing a scrub, so they're already identified as somebody that's trying to help others.
Yeah.
That aren't well, right?
Yeah.
And then they're in a fast food restaurant and they're ordering and they're touching things and they're sitting down and then they get up and leave.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what were on those scrubs? And yeah, some dude could have just jacked off 10 minutes ago and didn't wash his hands, or someone went to the bathroom, same thing, and they walk in a store or a grocery store or restaurant. But I don't know that. I can't really prepare for that. Otherwise, you'd never leave the house, right?
Yeah.
And that's out of my hand. I really don't know. You're rolling the dice on that. But these people I do know. Yeah. And it is a profession, and they do take an oath. And I think it's just very irresponsible for them to be doing this.
Well, how would you feel if you were sitting in a restaurant and a guy in a hazmat suit walked in and sat down and started eating? You'd be pretty worried because you're like, why the fuck are you in a hazmat suit? What have you been around? It's the same thing. The scrubs are the same thing.
Yeah. So I was vindicated finally by this article that came out. And hopefully all right, there was like 6 people wearing scrubs, ladies all wearing scrubs. And you always get that, well, I'm physical therapy, or I just work in the office. I just answer the phone. This is just our uniform, or, I'm just at a dentist, or we're not really in, operating rooms and stuff. I'm going, it's the same thing. It's all the same.
Guess what? That person coming up to you at the front desk is coughing on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Physical therapy, the dude's sweating.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think they're like disease catchers, scrubs. That's what they are. They're like a sponge for disease.
Yep.
And now they're in a place where people are eating, or in a grocery store, picking fruit or whatever, vegetables, walking down the aisle, rubbing up against things. All right. So the 6 ladies were in this place, La Salsa. It's like a fast food Mexican restaurant. It's really good. They make their own salsa.
Nice.
And it's a legit place. I like it. It's better than Torchy's. You'll spend 3 times as much as Torchy's than you will at this place. It's really, it's good. Coming from a guy who doesn't like food and eats the same thing everywhere he goes. So I go up to the girls and I say, hey, I noticed you're all wearing scrubs. I just want to ask you a couple questions. I literally did this, walked up to their table and asked them. And I said, I just want a question to ask you. What is the first thing you do when you get home wearing your scrubs? And they're like, what do you mean? So like, what do you do? Like, you're wearing your scrubs from work all day. What's the first? Do you like sit down on your couch, lay on your bed, start making dinner? Like, what do you do? And they all of them said, oh, no. First thing we do is take our scrubs off. I said, you do? Really? And they go, yeah. And the other goes, yeah, that's the first thing I do. And then one lady goes, yeah, I have a special clothes hamper basket where I put my scrubs in. I said, really? That's interesting. And they go, yeah. So why are you asking? I said, oh, I just wanted to know. That's thank you so much. That's all I wanted to know. And I just walked away. That's all I wanted to know. Because I didn't want to get into it with them.
Yeah.
Because obviously they weren't. Who's getting these degrees and certificates in the health fields now? I mean, they just giving them to anybody? Because they couldn't see the logic in the questions and then couldn't have presence of mind to figure out what they were actually doing right now.
Yeah.
Couldn't put it together.
Like, you have a special hamper to put your scrubs in because it has disease, but yet you're going to sit down in a public restaurant and eat with everybody else.
Yeah. You take that thing off as soon as you get home. Yeah. You don't lay down on your couch, Netflix.
You don't hug your family.
No.
With your diseased scrubs.
How about when you're on a plane? Dude wears scrubs on the plane with you. You're like, has anyone seen Outbreak?
Yeah, exactly. Dude.